So what's up? What's up, everybody? It's Thursday, and you know what that means. That's right. It is time for the Figure Action Podcast, where a bunch of men who are well past their 40s are sitting here talking about toys made for age, 5 and up.
And past
I'm
their
Dave.
bedtime.
It's also well. You want to go to bed? I'll let you go to bed. I'll do this by myself, okay? If you're that tired. As you see, I'm Dave, aka True Star Screamer, and with me is the man, the myth, the legend, the Tman 978, who is too cool for school right now.
Hello.
Hello. And with me, of course, is you guys. That's right, because you guys are what makes this show important. You guys are why we do this. We got people over in the chat, as always. We got Toy Mafia paying homage for those no longer with us. We got McClarick here. And the potato cam. Oh, come on. Is it really that bad?
It's a little bit blurry.
Okay. The other camera, which was better, though, the signal was freezing. Okay. You either get me slightly blurry or you get me. I'm kidding. That was me. That was actually me paused. Okay. That was just me being dramatic. So.
Could be a static picture like me.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
Sorry I wasn't here last week, guys. I was down in Tampa. I was in for training. Well, actually, Thursday night, I was actually flying back. So I missed you. I missed you guys in the chat. I missed you guys. Oh, there he is. He is a handsome devil. But more importantly, we missed you guys also in the replay squad. So we are at 947 subscribers, guys. That's right. We are on the cusp of getting to 1,000. So if you guys, especially you guys in the replay squad, if you have us in the weekly rotation, please, we would love you guys to share our information to other people, get other people into the channel. When we hit 1,000, we'll come up with something cool. I promise. So our goal right now is to get 1K for 2026, and you guys are the ones that are going to help us do it.
Right. This layout, I can't center myself. I think it's weird.
But it's okay. Okay, you're a little to the right. You're like me. God, you're like the news media. You're either too far to the left or too far to the right. Okay, so before we talk to the news and things like that, I am having a bit of a nerd crisis right now. I am currently going through my worst nightmare when it comes to my figures and my brain. For those, my stuff. While I put stuff on my shelves, I usually, keep the boxes with all the accessories off to the side. I found this on the floor, and I have no idea what the hell this is to.
It looks like a Mythic Legion pouch.
No, but
it's kind of blurry.
That's why I thought at first it's almost like a scat. Oh yeah, right. My phone. I forgot it's blurry. But I thought it was Mythic Legions initially, but I cannot figure out what this accessory is.
Does it have a peg on it?
No, it's got like a little belt loop hook to it instead. It looks like something that would hold like either like a shotgun or maybe a broadsword. I don't know.
It could still be one of those type of mythic something or something else that you have like that.
Maybe. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna go crazy. I've been trying to go through looking. I've literally been looking at every figure. I'm like, what does this match up to? What does this match up to? Hail to the blurry action crew. Okay, I'll get a damn new camera. All right.
Well, it's not blurry every week.
And neither do we because of your camera quality. Thank you. Mariano's got his magenta hot rod and oh come on. I'm happy my internet isn't freezing right now, so be happy with that. My internet is like one of the worst, so I'm just happy to actually be moving and talking. But I know what T-Man got, but the problem is I also know why he can't show it. So I'm going to start. I only got one thing this week, and I'm going to show it off. T-Man may have other stuff, but I did get the Fury Toys. This is their Hannah figure, which it's if you want a scantily clad female body, that's exactly what this is. Though I would really want to try to, yeah, it's
scantily clad.
I want to try to find some proper soft goods because the proportions for this are perfect for Cammy, to be honest. I'm not usually a person for the blank bodies. I'm not usually a person for the anatomically correct blank bodies, but when I first the articulation, literally, it is the articulation that what got my attention. And if you know me, that's just it. Really was the articulation. It's kind of like the Roma Key Gun Girl. It's actually a very solid piece of plastic. I have seen some really cool things. What people have been doing with this. I think my favorite, somebody took all the gear from the Boss Fight Studios Red Sonja and moved it over to this body, and it looked absolutely spectacular. So I'm kind of looking, I'm thinking maybe a wrestling figure. I might move some of that ring gear over. And actually might be a good idea now I think about it. And see what I can put together with this, because this is cool and all, but it's not exactly what I have put on display. This stand, by the way, is something I got off Amazon. Okay, you know what? I got to give this one. Exactly, it's for the not for the art. I read it for the articles. I got it for the articles. Mariano, if you can't tell what this is, we're gonna have to have a talk later. But that is my major acquisition. The other thing I did get, but which I just can't show here, is I did get a resin printer, and I've built in a ventilation system for it. It's really kind of cool for everything we got for it. I've already started working on some STL files, so hopefully we'll see some neat custom things coming on my channel. So that's my exciting things. Tman, how about you? What did you get?
Well, I got a hot lady as well. And I do have some pants for her. I took her feet off momentarily. And yeah, trying to get the neck off. It got damaged. But I put a new ball joint in there and waiting for it to glue to stay right. But
I'm jealous. Mariano got a Cobra Law figure. That's not fair.
I didn't. And also got Hound. When they put the pre-order up for this dude, it was 25% off, I think. However much it was. This is actually the price that Hound was back in 2018. So I only paid $20. So yay. And I finally completed my 1984 Carbots with him. As far as the Earthrise and what they put in Studio Series. And I believe that's that.
Very cool. Just check on here real quick. Oh, that's again, it's kind of a slow week. I will say this. I have got a huge shipment coming in from 5K because I am an idiot. So next week I will be having some very interesting things to show off. I can tell you that now.
I have something coming from there as well.
Is yours big, orange, and furry?
No. She is somebody that likes to give guys a hard time and likes red dresses.
Ah. Yeah. Mine's a Sasquatch. But there's definitely some interesting things going on in the world today before we start talking about toys. Apparently, the whole streaming service thing is finally starting to change a little. Now, Paramount is now apparently has officially outbid Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers. So this is kind of interesting just because Paramount streaming service is okay. I mean, what was their last big thing? Was the Halo series? I mean, and of course they have all the Sheridan stuff. Tulsa King,
Transformers,
Yellowstone, but you know, now that with Paramount's going to actually have control of things like DC, all the HBO stuff, hopefully we'll get some of the things that the one thing I'm probably hoping for is we'll get things that were shelved that will finally be released, like Batgirl. I know I was reading that we're finally going to get Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. That's finally going to get released, so that's got me a little excited.
That should have been out.
They filmed the whole movie. They edited it. It went into and then they just put it on the shelf.
I remember them talking about they were going to show it before. I think somebody else bought the distribution rights.
No, it's still Warner. Well, it's when HBO bought Warner Brothers. So, but only time will tell.
And the other Scooby-Doo movie or something, I think.
Well, I think I heard Matthew Lillard said they might make another Scooby-Doo movie, but we'll see. The other interesting thing is Hasbro is currently suing suing the U.S. government. I mean, it's not just Hasbro; it's a lot of companies, but they're trying to recoup from the tariffs. There's been over 2,000 cases, including Ty, the guys who make Beanie Babies. So I don't know if we're going to get that money back put onto the toys and, have the $35 figures actually be the $20 figures and all.
That would be awesome if they could at least bring it back to what it. No, they were still going to raise it to $27 anyway. $27.99.
Yeah, I agree. Paramount getting Warner Brothers is not good. I personally would have liked Netflix having control with HBO Max because, well, I get Netflix through my T-Mobile account. So
being able to have the Looney Tunes would have been good.
Yes, they tariffed the Beanie Babies. Won't somebody think of the babies and they tariffed them? But that's enough of the real world. Let's talk some toys. And of course, with this show, we always got to start with some Transformers. With Age of Primes, we've got looks at the Ratchet here with animated Prime. I loved animated back in the day. Plain and simple. I love the show. I love the plot. It caught me completely off guard. We were all making fun of the chins and everything when it first came up. What is up, Art G? Dude, Art G, if you first of all, if you haven't seen out Art G's diorama stuff, it's absolutely amazing. I actually follow him on TikTok as well for his toy hunts and his own YouTube channel. I picked up so many diorama building skills from there. So what I like about him, I'm just plugging this guy. Nothing. No, I'm not incentivized, but I've learned so much from this guy's content. It's not even funny. And he was really cool at Legion's Con, even if he doesn't remember me. No. But I loved everything about animated. It caught me off guard so much of how much I was going to enjoy it. The voice cast, and so these figures do make me smile.
I like that. I thought it was going to be something. I can't
remember who voiced Ratchet.
I thought it was going to be something completely different, but it was kind of digging into G1, but with their own spin on it. And I definitely like. What got me hooked was the initial confrontation with Starscream was huge compared to them. That was,
either I'm frozen or he's frozen.
I think you might be. Can everybody hear me? Please comment if you can hear me.
Okay, like I said, I don't know if you froze or I froze on.
Can you hear me? You're freezing.
I can hear you now.
I like the confrontation with the Decepticons, finding out that they were gigantic compared to the Autobots.
I really liked, and I remember when Sentinel Prime was like, "What the heck is that?" It's like, that's a Decepticon. But Ratchet here looks fantastic. I love that they kept the gimmick with the tools. Then we got Power Glide, who, if there's anything I would say that they've been doing right with these this last line of toys, is the mini bots. I think it's probably some of the best mini bot figures we have gotten to date.
I can agree with that. Them being able to put extra plastic into your smaller figures, they're smaller, but the extra plastic is awesome. And the engineering.
Yeah, mini bots, I don't mind being small because they're freaking mini bots. But
yeah,
I mean, what's not to love? I mean, this is like a masterpiece detail, putting the heart in there.
right. That's
Even though the girl who loved Power Glide was goddamn a painful episode.
it's a shame they have to make them small like this to make them perfect, but still charge the deluxe price.
Yeah. Then we got Smokescreen from Prime, which I think is pretty gosh darn spiffy. He wasn't my favorite character from the show, but I do love that we get the gun hand gimmick.
Yeah, I'm liking him more and more every time I see him.
And the car mode looks great.
Oh, Suicide Doors. No, actually, no, that's not Suicide Doors.
No, those are.
Oh, wait. Where is it?
Suicide Doors was when they both open up the same side. This like that. The front door and the back door open up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then Gull Wings are like a Lamborghini. I can't remember what the flip doors are called. Swerve looks great because Gears was great.
He's adorable. But I like
He's a
the thing. Trailbreaker was close to Voyager class height, so I'm happy they were able to keep him that height and give him all the accessories he has. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't collect Transformers, like I said, anymore, but these are they're great figures, even if the prices suck. But the figures are solid here. You know, again, Kranix here is doing more than I ever thought that he would ever be able to do, to be honest. And technically, he could sort of be an army builder if you wanted, because he's so generic. When I look at this, though, I actually have figured out what might be a good reuse of this mold. But it's pulling from the comics, and that would be Zaron, if you read the Marvel comics from back in the day. I'm sure if Mike was here, he'd know who I was talking about.
I'll say I don't. That art turned me off.
The art was weird, but there was this, it's like the story. But Kranix looks solid. I mean, you got ankle pivot on here, you got the waist swivel, you got this weird ass alt mode. It just looks like a fun figure.
Yeah, they're definitely going to make an Orvilist or whatever his name was. Orvilist.
The one though, Unicron. Still the one that gets me the most excited, that actually might cause me to stop my Transformer hiatus, is the Liege Maximo.
I give you permission to buy that.
Yeah, I mean, look at the hands. He's got the working fingers on here. And like I said, does he have a deployable arm? No, he doesn't. But again, I love the G2 comic. It was weird. It was strange. So
I think they're going to retool him into the Unicron, the Prime Unicron things. The rock people.
This thing with these talons here. And if you think about this, that ship mode, but standing upright, remember the Prime one turned into
a face.
This would basically head. If I could rotate it,
Yeah.
Liege, I said Liege from having only one panel of art, they're doing a lot with this figure, and I am very much impressed with it. And then finally, I think more in-hand pictures of the Studio Series Astro Train.
Who I canceled.
You
I
canceled
was trying
him,
to
really?
like it. I was trying my best to like it, but the more I look at it, it's just terrible. I'm sorry. I think that's Prime
Well,
versus
this
Prime.
is
Man. Once I watched that, finished watching the review, I just canceled it.
there. You go.
It has some cool things. The train mode is good, but the robot mode is just atrocious.
You know, with everyone says with every triple changer figure, one mode is supposed to be the weakest. It's usually not supposed to be the robot mode.
Right.
So
Not unless it's G1. Now, G1 had sucky arms. Like you could tell they were supposed to elongate, but they were short and stubby.
yeah, no, I am not. I mean, there's things I like about this figure, but all these flaws come in the robot mode. So I'm sure some people who didn't buy the Earth Siege one, this will probably be their Astro Train. And again, if you're those people who like to have the one for the robot and one for the alt mode, this is the best one for the alt modes. So
I like the Titan Astro Train. Astro Train wreck.
But this is the part where this is the big thing, because once again, while we are collectors, this is such a disposable hobby. This is the most of all hobbies. We're collecting toys. We are just you don't like it, don't buy it. No one's gonna be coming after your ass saying what the heck.
I will.
So
I'm gonna judge you to death.
you judge everything in this world.
That's my job.
Then we've got this dramatic capture set, which is basically Earth Siege Skywarp and all the Insecticons, which
They look cool.
They look cool if you didn't buy them before.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Because I'm waiting for the Studio 386 Skywarp.
That's the thing. I mean, first of all, again, it's an old mold, and I mean, the biggest thing is if you weren't able to track down the Insecticons, there you go. Which the Insecticons were pretty decent, to be honest. Okay, am I frozen again? Because I can't even. There we go. Yes, you are just that tired, Titan. For figures that I really can't get too excited over, but I'm sure somebody is, and that is we've got a video of the Age of Prime's Nexus transformation, which, I mean,
Y'all didn't tell me about that.
Huh?
I said y'all didn't tell me about that. I didn't even know about this.
Oh yeah. So again, this guy is basically paying an homage to an old Energon Onslaught mold, that old Energon Combiner, convention exclusive, and
Oh yeah.
He's that basically you take a combiner and you don't use the actual robot that the combiner body is with, and you can slide him in his place and he takes over the combiner. And they said eventually they'll come up with new combiner limbs for him.
How long? I can't remember how far apart those combiner limbs were coming out on the Collectors Club.
Well, the Collectors Club ones were years ago. This is, this guy I think is going to be a field release figure.
No, I mean, when they were releasing them with the Collectors Club, do you remember how far apart? Like, what is it, a few months?
Dude, that was so. I could not tell you. That was like I'm not even being sarcastic. That's like 20 years ago. I'm 47. I think that came out when I was in my mid to age 25, 24.
You were older.
Huh?
Because you were older.
But that's one thing that it's cool in idea. I think it's cool in idea, but I'll pass. If you're a completist, I understand.
I'm getting them because I'm getting all the primes.
There you go. Speaking of all the primes, you can now get 3 Optimus Primes in 3 different colors. So 3 of the exact same toy. We get our sleepy dead version. We get the unpainted prototype.
No, the first one is supposed to be the resin, mimicking the gray one,
and
is
a cell shaded
one.
Which, yeah, the cell shaded one looks pretty cool. Won't lie on that.
Hey, you can't hear me, people. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The gray one is supposed to be resin. The middle one is, like you said, the unpainted prototype. And that cell shading is way better than the single release. And I'm still not buying it.
Well, you have to buy all 3 at once anyway.
Yeah, I'm not buying them. I didn't buy the single release, so this is definitely a pass.
I was at Target the other day and I saw one and I could not believe they're charging $50 for that.
You cut out. You said you were at Target.
And they had the battle damaged prime. And they were charging like $50 for that.
I think it's 60.
Either way, I couldn't do it.
I'm not doing it.
Somewhere Optimus Prime completists, and I hope they enjoy this. Do they even say how much this is going to be? Do they?
I'm betting 80 or 90.
$85 for this 3-pack, which, considering that they were charging, like you said, $50-$60, guys, that is an absolute steal. Less paint, you don't have to pay for it. Paint your own. And then we get for the G line, we're getting Rumble, Frenzy, and then also Buzzsaw, Ravage, and Ratbat. So that's supposed to be coming out later this month. Tomorrow, I guess pre-orders tomorrow.
We're still looking at Optimus, by the way.
Oh. Are we?
Yeah. That prototype unpainted. Yeah, it's still the unpainted Optimus.
Okay, that's weird because I'm seeing the tapes right here. Let me reload that real quick. Remove, add to stage. How about now?
Yep. There they go.
Yep, you're seeing Optimus. Yep, you're seeing tapes.
Oh no, I'm seeing tapes.
Thank you. It's like I'm talking to my daughter here.
That was blurry at first, then they came into focus.
It's like I feel like I'm talking to my 13-year-old. Do you want tacos? Do you want spaghetti? Yes.
Yes.
That's not answering the question.
No, that means both of the things. Yes.
Not putting spaghetti in a taco. But moving on from the Transformers, this is I will say this is a buy at your own risk thing. I don't know if you remember these guys. It was called that were made down in South America in a South American factory, and they were $33 each, and now you can get them for $10 each. I have not heard a good thing about these figures.
I don't even remember what these are. Oh, I remember vaguely.
It was just somebody else trying to get in the 112 scale, and if anything that this one is a lesson on is why Chinese factories work, because they've been doing it for so long.
Where were these made? I missed that part.
Somewhere in South America.
Yeah.
But hey, $10, you can take a shot at that.
Support America, not our America.
Pre-orders have sold out, but hopefully you can, if you want this, you'll be able to see her in the field. But for Target, we get a diamond crystal white queen figure. I hated this mold personally. She couldn't stand, and the cape did not allow articulation at all.
Yeah, so, my problem with this is
the head sculpts look pretty cool. The crystal head sculpts.
Since they didn't paint it, it just looks like Ice Woman instead of Diamond.
So if you want her, find her at Target. Me, I could care less. I might be a little biased, but like I said, I absolutely hated this mold. High heels, can't stand. The freaking shoulder cape restricts her arms. Solid plastic cape also causes her to be imbalanced on her high heels. What is not to hate?
She has a comic book.
Yay. Also sold out on Hasbro Pulse. He was an exclusive. Man, I'm kind of I didn't realize he was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Shoot, I missed out on this. But that was the Bullseye and Muse 2-pack. Both of them are on the Sunfire torso. Both of them are the exact same figure, just different head sculpts pretty much. The Bullseye has some pretty badass accessories, I will not lie.
Yeah, and they have red paint.
Red paint.
Mm-hmm. And these could go with anything, to be honest. You don't have to pretend they're Marvel stuff.
Well, Muse is an interesting character. It's just, again, he was one of those cool characters that they then killed in the comics. You know, it's funny. They've actually come up with a lot of neat characters the last 10 or 15 years. And it's neat when they come up with somebody new, but they never keep them around. I loved Agent Venom, that comic, and there was a neat version of the Jack-O-Lantern, for example, that was put in that series, who was Agent Venom's nemesis. Then they had him fight Deadpool, and Deadpool killed him. And I thought he was actually the best version of Jack-O-Lantern that's ever been done. Muse, very unique Daredevil villain. And again, dead. But they keep characters like Bullseye forever and a day.
Yeah, people love them.
They do, but it's sometimes nostalgia, I know, is such a powerful thing, but I wish people could learn to let go and let people move on.
The tough thing about this is, like, in real life, some of these people would have to die.
Oh, and other comic book worlds, they do, you know. But obviously, we got to have, I don't know. It's like wrestling. They bring a new wrestler in, and they give him like half a minute, and then they bury him to the more mainstream guys, so the guy never gets to get momentum, and then they release him. And then we get, okay, I'll admit, I was behind on this. I literally just watched the trailer for this, for the Darth Maul Shadow Lord. It looks cool. And pre-orders are up on Big Bad Toy Store right now. Maul looks pretty damn spiffy with his cheap-ass soft goods cape and his single-jointed greatness. No, I'm not being sarcastic at all. I don't know this character's name, but it looks like she has a hard plastic cape, which that's bullshit, because now her movement will be restricted. But of course, it is removable. Looks like Sabine Wren is back, which I always like that character in general. Probably one of my favorites from Rebels. It's hard to screw up a Mandalorian, and she does look awesome. And then I guess I believe this is one of the Inquisitors. I can't remember which brother this is. But I was watching the trailer, and the fights between him and Maul are going to be looking really cool. The Darth Maul show.
13th brother.
Hey. Cool. 13th brother. Oh, 11th brother from Professor Soundwave. Thank you. But again, soft goods cape. Got that weird spinny saber that they have. I like his hands. His neck probably won't be able to articulate to save his life. Again, I was at Walmart today. I still can't. I mean, they're charging $27 for these, and I still cannot believe they're charging $19 for a vintage series figure.
Right, that is a hell of an increase.
Sup, fanboy? Coming up in moving on from Star Wars, we can talk some G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And Walmart Spring Collectors Con will be coming on March 19th and 20th. So we get the Night, it looks like the Night Creeper with Dire Tech.
Oh, no. I know because of the Walmart sign.
I mean, it's basically you get the crystal ball, the extra head with crystal ball, and I think those are actually the Cobra Commander arms because they're scaled. You know, the Once a Man Cobra Commander arms.
Yeah.
And then you get the Night Creeper weapons and the translucent stuff, which this stuff looks really cool under a black light, won't lie. But I am not feeling the I'm not feeling the mighty need, if that makes sense.
Yeah. This is one I can let get away and I won't feel bad.
I mean, it looks cool, but it's not screaming. I don't know. I wouldn't have done the Cthulhu head. I would have done with, again, the wolf head or the snake head. You know, let Crystal Ball have that and let that be Crystal Ball's as the leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or you can make him normal and make his minions have the Cthulhu heads.
I mean, you got the Night Creeper head looks pretty cool and all, and again, it looks cool with the arms and the translucent weapons, but yeah, like I said, I'm not feeling it. I'm glad because it's something I don't have to stress over. I don't have to, it's money I don't have to spend. It's not 2 figures I need to own because I have army building problems. The photography looks fine and all, but crystal ball, and I've got 2 dire troopers for him, and we're good to go.
We're sounding like bummers. G.I. Joe is always awesome, so if you buy it, it's gonna be a good figure.
Yeah, absolutely always awesome. It's okay, Mike. You relax, have a drink, kick back.
No, get in here. Don't relax. Come on.
They didn't shaft us with it. In fact, it's the opposite because now you don't have to feel like you need to buy it. But speaking, moving on with the glow in the dark stuff, we're getting a Masters Universe Scare Glow figure, and he's looking cool.
Yeah.
I love that he was voiced by Tony Todd in the Revelations show.
And we're not seeing him, by the way, again.
Well, right, because Tony Todd passed away.
No. I mean, we're not seeing. Yeah, now he's here. Tman. There he goes.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, I want some of these. They need to hurry up.
Well, and again, this is just you could use this guy fighting Doctor Strange. You could use this guy fighting Brother Voodoo. You know, he's got personality, but he doesn't feel shoehorned into a particular line, if that makes sense. Looks like we get an alternate head where the head is green as well. So
He might now, with their new skill, he might be too short for Mythic Legion.
Well, that's what I was saying about having him with Doctor Strange.
Or he could be helping.
And again, if you are a He-Man fan, this is like got to be your golden age right now. I am so happy for you guys. Motu is getting more love than I think it's gotten in ages, and I'm excited for y'all. Storm Arena is now doing their reissues. Apparently, Ken and Ryu is already sold out again. I've already pre-ordered Akuma, even though I've got the freaking Jada right here, which I do enjoy review on my channel. But I know that Storm Arena one is going to be absolutely epic. And Sagat is currently still in my pile of loot because I don't like to ship just one thing. You know?
He doesn't have pointy ears that Art kept talking about.
You know what? If that's your deal breaker, that just saved you money. But I will say those joints move like butter.
Yeah, I've been messing with this.
Oh,
it's cool.
You should also order. I'll tell you right now, you should pre-order Akuma.
Matata.
I'm just saying. I mean, this is good and all, but again, those joints. You know, I mean, you could these joints are a little on the stiff side.
Yes.
So.
Not as stiff. I pulled out my Ryu to compare it to that Akuma, and that Ryu, like, holy shit.
You're not wrong, because I think one of my I think the shin split on mine at one point, because it was so But again, that's why I like this. Again, these joints are smooth. I would say Storm Arena 112 scale is for 1/12 scale is the best action figure line for your dollar right now, period. Give me a hill, I'll die on that hill.
The only reason not to get them is if you don't care about Street Fighter Alpha. But the got it doesn't even matter.
Finally, getting into some independent toy lines. You know we like our Savage Crucibles here at this. At least Mike and I like our Savage Crucibles. You know, do you have any Savage, Tman?
Yes, I have 2 lizard men. I got the black lizard. I forget their names, but the black lizard that has the gold weapons, and one of the the regular basic green guys.
Well, I also have. I've got their Elric on pre-order, and I also have their Death Dealer on pre-order. And Death Dealer is famous, if you ever look up the art for the Death Dealer, for riding a horse. And so Harbinger Studios is working with Fish Toys to get us a limited pre-order starting tomorrow. 1 per household. And this is going to be a big old horse for that guy. But if you ever look up the original art for the Death Dealer, he's riding that horse.
You know what's weird? On my TV, I see you're showing the horse, but on my phone, I'm still looking at Street Fighter.
So maybe I was showing before when you thought
No,
of Hey
I
Dave.
was looking at both at the same time. It wasn't working at first, but now it is for some reason. That's weird. I guess this is why I'm looking over here, people. I'm looking at the horse on my TV.
But like for example, this is the Death Dealer, and like I said, he's famous for riding that horse. And I cannot wait for this figure. And I'm still waiting for this guy's supposed to be coming any day soon. Coming soon. Apparently, he is on the way to the U.S. shortly. I know they had him over at ZoloCon, and this is I'm gonna be very happy when this guy's in my house. Oh, but with more expensive things to buy, if you are a hardcore TMNT fan, Mezco now has their Splinter out. Well, Mezco's pre-orders are already sold out on their site. Was he an exclusive?
Probably not.
I don't think he was exclusive. Yeah, so.
I just want the Casey Jones and then jump out of there.
Well, I've got the I have got the first Casey Jones, and I do have the other Casey Jones on pre-order. And if you watch Mad Hatter reviews, he really likes that other the new Casey Jones coming out. It's just okay. This guy looks like he just jumped right out of the Mirage comic, which is awesome.
I was about to ask you that because I was like, did he have a giant head in the comics?
Yes. If you've never read the Mirage comics, I always recommend at least reading the first volume.
He reminds me of the original toy as well.
So the first volume is, you know, which is what the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie is based off of. So I do like that he comes with the baby turtles.
Yeah, he says that he's too rich for his blood.
That's the big thing. You see, if you look here at the base here, that is the Mirage art. So you get you get your alternate heads. Solid amount of accessories. Won't lie about that. But no, I do not see $116 for this because he is also going to be tiny.
But he has baby turtle.
You know what? If you want a good Master Splinter figure, Rage Toys made a fantastic one. You know, for their samurai turtles, the master. I really do recommend that figure. And Rage Toys also made a cute little turtle pack too, which I also have in my collection. So honestly, if you want a Splinter with soft goods and you don't want to pay $116, go for that. I think he's on Gundamit.com so he's still readily available. Now, I've actually heard I've heard positive things on the live action One Piece show. And I mean, I will say the fact that Figuarts is making figures for them is a pretty solid thing, but I know nothing about these characters.
Mm-hmm. I watched the first few episodes probably, and it wasn't bad, but my attention span is garbage sometimes.
I watched a couple episodes as well, and for a live action anime, it really did a good job of catching a lot of the anime conventions.
Mm-hmm.
But the actor who plays Luffy, the main character, just his speech pattern drives me nuts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did have an accent, right?
He just always sounded so naive.
Oh, the cartoon seemed to like that to me.
Right, but that's a cartoon. In live action, just the translation. That's a good money shot though of the team.
They got to be authentic.
I agree. You're not wrong. But I'm sure if you are into this, I hope you enjoy these figures. That's a pretty good fighting pose though, won't lie.
Yeah, my only problem with every Luffy that I see, or what stops me from getting it, is he can't do his main power because they typically don't include arms and legs.
Well, that's like a good Mr. Fantastic figure, which there really aren't that many.
Yeah.
I mean, the best Mr. Fantastic figure I saw is the one that had the replaceable arms,
Right.
not the one with the weird fingers.
I don't even know why they did that.
He's got to keep Sue happy one way or another. Oh, and you know what? I was actually able to watch some of the Fantastic Four on the airplane flight. So I was actually a little more. I was impressed with how they handled certain things.
Oh, the movie was good. I almost shed a tear when Galactus was on screen and he wasn't a cloud of smoke.
Oh yeah, no, they did. Galactus looked fantastic. I'll admit, I kind of watched the beginning, and since my flight was so short, I just went straight to the Galactus fight, and I was actually very impressed with how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I liked how they kind of world built everything of, oh, the wizard's over here, and the nice little clips with the Mole Man making him a character, and implied that stuff was going on. But
what's the guy who controls the apes?
Red Ghost. That actually made me really happy with that. And now, believe it or not, we're getting another Conan figure.
I can't wait. I buy all of them.
Icon Collectibles Heroic Signature. I have no idea who this is, Icon Collectibles. I mean, cool. I think you can only do so many Conans. And this all, I mean, I'm looking at how these joints are. It looks like they're taking a He-Man body.
I'm going to guess that Conan is beyond public domain.
You know what? You'd think that. But remember, it's like Red Sonja. It was having trouble with that.
Yeah.
And so...
I mean, are these people actually, he actually called Conan?
Yes, Conan is the character. Conan,
I mean, this toy right here.
Yes, this is a Conan.
Yeah.
And Conan was created by Robert E. Howard. Yes. This is the Icon Collectibles Heroic Signature Conan Battle of Blackstone.
He's like the Turtles. Everybody has it.
In a way, yeah. But it's kind of funny that everybody's getting Conan, but the Red Sonja people are, being a bitch. I mean, it looks okay, but there's so many Conan options out right now. I like the throne. I like how he looks like he's got some butterfly joints, which other ones don't, but he still has those single jointed elbows. But the single joints look like they go more than 90 degrees, which is nice. Knees are ugly as sin.
He's not Arnold Schwarzenegger enough for me.
Yeah. If you ever read honestly, if you've ever, well, you probably haven't read any of the books.
No. I barely watched.
But I'm saying, if you've ever read the books, believe it or not, the Jason Momoa Conan is actually more like how Conan was in the books. But Arnold just freaking owned that movie so much that he kind of destroyed it. And then the second movie came out and it was god awful. But
so awful, I don't even remember.
Really? It had Wilt Chamberlain in it and Andre the Giant. Of course, Andre the Giant was in a costume, but if you want another Conan figure, you got another Conan figure. That's pretty much what we got.
I'm about to say we've been not liking a lot of stuff.
And you know what? That's a big thing. It's funny. That's a great discussion right here. I think the hobby is becoming so saturated now that, 10 years, you got it 10 years ago. Or, you and I have known each other in the fandom since the early 2000s. All right. Tman and True Starscreamer cross paths on a website called T-Formers way back in the day. And
I kind of want to steal their name. They're not using T-Fans anymore.
Oh, maybe it was T-Fans, but you know what I'm saying. But when we were starved for stuff like this. We were starved for Transformers, hence the third-party after kits. 10 years ago, stuff like this started coming out. The Mortal Kombats, the Storm collectibles, the Figuarts. 5 years ago, all these damn ZoloCon's and things like that. Now if there's a fandom now, somebody's going to make the figure for it. I mean, come on, Mike got those freaking Laurel and Hardy figures. If you told me they'd make Laurel and Hardy action figures, I'd be laughing at you. So, you're saying this right now, we're not liking a lot of things. It's also because we can afford to not like things. Because there's so much out there.
Right. I kind of mentioned in one of my videos recently, I was like, oh, and in my Gold Hilder video, I was mentioning that back in the day, I would have tried my damnedest to put her in good poses and make myself like her. But now it's like, I don't have to do that. Because I got this.
You know what? No one can afford to like everything. I would love, I have in my collection, I have 2 Soul of Chogokin 3 Soul of Chogokin figures. I got the 2 Voltrons and I got a Megazord. I'm a huge fan of giant robots. I would love to love all the Soul of Chogokins, but I can't afford to. Professor Soundwave, who collects Super 7 Ultimates Thundercats in D&D? Who are they? Well, apparently if you're Veebs over on the formerly of the Fwoosh, he collects Super 7. But longtime fans of the show will know my favorite catchphrase of "Friends don't let friends buy Super 7." But yeah, I mean, exactly this. We've got blank bodies. You can buy just a generic body to then turn into your own action figure. Oh, well, that's a good job fixing that neck.
Hmm.
I hope 5K doesn't watch this show.
Oh, I don't use my screen name, so I'm just average Joe on their website.
But you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
I'm actually really because if you actually God, how long we've been doing this? I've been on this show since 2019 now.
I think we started in maybe the end of 2017.
Okay, yeah. Then I wasn't on I was on for the first couple episodes for the first while when Dutz Baldwin was on. But we were trying to find something that we liked about everything that we saw on there, because we were kind of starved for it,
Yeah.
I remember back then I was talking shit on McFarlane, and then I started buying the McFarlane DC Universe, and all of a sudden I'm like, well, maybe it's not so bad after all. And I'm freaking injecting the copium in my veins because that was the DC options I had then. That was really my only option for a Batman was from McFarlane. Boy, that turned out great. We definitely got my Batman from there. But you know what I'm saying.
Kinda.
Now we can. It's. I say this when I'm selling to customers, actually, because I'm in sales. Being able to say no is actually a luxury. I'm sitting here right now. This Hiya Toys King Kong. Before, if you wanted a King Kong figure, you had to buy the Monster Arts figure, which is a sorry ass figure. Period. Okay. I remember I bought that Monster Arts King Kong. I sold that Monster Arts King Kong, and then when it was on closeout at a Target for $20, I bought it again because it was a $20 figure. This is a $50 figure. And now Hiya Toys is now giving you an option to say no to Monster Arts because it is a better figure. The Ghidorah is a better figure. The Godzillas are better figures. And it's an awesome thing. So
I can't wait for the Hiya Toys 1/12 scale stuff they're coming out with.
Oh, they've got a lot out there already. They've got the Judge Dredd. They've got they're actually also working as an alternative to Mezco. Not sure they're beating Mezco, but there's other third-party companies that are doing that as well. So we're in a great time to be an action figure collector because we've got so much stuff to not have to buy, because someone out there is giving you the option, is going to give you a better option for you. You might like that Monster Arts King Kong. You might like, because that it's smaller, it fits on your shelf. That's your option. That's your value. Awesome. That's the wonderful thing. We have our options for our value.
And
that's my sermon.
We can't afford to buy as much as we used to.
No, we cannot. The gotta catch them all days are over. Sorry, Hasbro. Sorry, Mattel. Sorry,
Mezco $120 figures.
Yeah.
When they used to be 90.
Mezco $116 figure plus tax plus their god awful shipping.
Yeah. I forgot about all that. So it ends up being $145 or whatever.
Which is, if you're buying a Mezco exclusive, you're fucked on that. But then you could buy it from Big Bad Toy Store, pay your $4 shipping. You can buy it from, I think, was it Toy Stalker, who doesn't charge the pre-order price. You got Nerd Zoic, nice guy. He does, got plenty of grassroots operations to go for. You, my friends, have your choices. What toys to buy, where to buy your toys from, what podcasts to listen to. Please listen to us. Please like us. Please subscribe to us. Please tell your friends. We know you have a choice. Choose us. Please.
They listen to us and click like, subscribe, share, and all the other things.
Oh, but that's all I got, man. How you doing? Anything else you'd like to add?
One of my new subscribers is thirsty for Transformers, so I'll be reviewing this soon. I don't think he's here, but I'll be reviewing this. And now that I've fixed his head, I'll be reviewing her as well. And I still have Sagat to go.
Awesome. I have, because have been overworked. Unfortunately, have been neglecting my channel for a couple weeks, so I'm sure the algorithm has thrown me down to the sharks.
Oh, oh my God! My last few videos I put up, I'm like, I have how many subscribers?
Don't even talk to me about that. I'm happy if I get a video that makes 80 views. All right, so don't even talk to me about that. I got my tens and tens of subscribers that I got to try to keep happy. So
yeah.
But that being said, Mike, I hope you're able to relax a little. We miss you. Everyone else, again, we thank you. Just we're trying to hopefully get some, as news increases, we'll get a little more entertaining on there. But we appreciate every one of you. And as always, my friends, until next time, take care. Peace.
Thank you for watching the cast.